What's going on? Brian Tong here, and welcome to the Apple Bits for everything good and bad inside the world of Apple. You know, we're still playing a little bit of catch up after a bananas week and a half for Apple with the M1 iMac, the M1 iPad Pro, the Apple TV 4K. There were those releases then, MacBook Pro and Air leaks and more. So we're going to talk about some of the new Macs. We're going to talk about some new stuff with the iPhone 13 details. And then there is a brand new Apple leaker out there that you should be aware of. So look, just a couple days ago, Jon Prosser dropped another bomb on us with leaks of what we can pretty much call a new Mac Mini Pro. Bloomberg reported about it being in the works in the past as a higher-end Mac Mini with more ports and a new version of the M1 chip that would be the same chip that's coming to the new 2021 MacBook Pro. Now, Prosser worked with Ian Zelbo on these super slick renders to give us an idea of what this Mac Mini Pro might look like. It'll still look like a Mac Mini with a similar design. That's no surprise, but they believe the new model could be smaller in size. This new high-end Mac Mini will have the same ports galore as the current one. You got 4 Thunderbolt ports here. That's 2 more than the current one. 2 USB-A, an Ethernet port, and HDMI, but no sign of a headphone jack on these renders. One design element change will be a plexiglass-like top, according to Prosser, that will sit on top of the aluminum enclosure and then give it a little classy shine on top. Prosser also says that he's heard they are testing out two-tone colors similar to the new 24-inch M1 iMac lineup, and after hearing that, you're either cheering or throwing up in your mouth. Now, we'll also have the new magnetic power port that we saw for the first time on the new iMacs. And yes, these are renders based on early information, but the fact that it's reportedly smaller in size might lead to Apple using that same power brick that the M1 iMac has, and that could also mean Apple might not even have an Ethernet port on the Mac Mini itself, and it could be built into the power brick just like it was with the M1 iMac. Now, Bloomberg reported Apple could kill their plans for a Mac Mini Pro device like this, but its entire Mac Mini lineup will phase out Intel chips eventually. Now, if this Mac Mini is using the same processor as the rumored 2021 MacBook Pro, Bloomberg's Mark Gurman also reported that the next version of the M1 chip used in that machine is expected to have a 10-core CPU that would be 8 high-performance cores, 2 efficiency cores, and either a 16 or 32-core GPU. That's compared to the current M1 chip's 4 performance, 4 efficiency cores, and an 8-core GPU. Now, not only is that performance going to scream for the potential 14 and 16-inch MacBook Pro, this would be a screamer in the rumored new Mac Mini as well. And I told you earlier this year that 2021 would be the year of the Mac, and it is looking exactly like that. Now, in Gurman's report, he talked about the new chips in the MacBook Pro and the MacBook Air. We talked about that in a previous video, but he also revealed more about the next-gen Mac Pro. Now, buckle up, because the next-gen Mac Pro could feature an Apple Silicon chip with up to 32 cores and a 128-core option for its graphics. It might also teleport you to another dimension or make a grown man cry. Now, Bloomberg reported earlier and continues to say that Apple is working on 2 different Mac Pro models with a refreshed, smaller design that could take inspiration from Apple's Power Mac G4 Cube. You see back over there, look, this is just one of Apple's best-looking machines in its entire history, if you ask me. They are going to be codenamed Jade 2C Die and Jade 4C Die, and they're planning to come in 20 or 40 core variations, so that would be either a 16 or 32 high-performance cores, and then either 4 or 8 efficiency cores for the CPU. These new chips, which are really truly next-gen chips, will also have either 64-core or 128-core graphics options. Now, let's put this in perspective. The computing cores alone would top the 28 maximum from the current Intel Mac Pro chips, and these new higher-end Apple graphics would have no problem replacing AMD's graphic options on the current Mac Pro as well. Now, Intel's not completely going to be phased out, at least for now, because the report also says Apple's working on the next version of the current Big Tower Mac Pro that may still use Intel chips instead of their own. Now, as a video creator, this whole Mac Pro stuff, this is freaking exciting, but we're just going to have to wait and see how it comes together and then what price points are we going to be looking at, because that is where my excitement meets my wallet. But neither this new Mac Pro or the rumored Mac Mini Pro are expected to be seen at WWDC unless there is some major surprise. We're expecting to see the new 2021 MacBook Pros announced at this keynote, loaded with what people are calling the new M1X chip. Now, that's not the official name, but would they even give us a sneak peek of that chip and even the next M2 or whatever they're going to call these next-gen Apple chips? Man, I mean, what a time to be alive if you're looking to upgrade your Mac this year, and, you know, I'm one of those people. So Since we're talking about the Mac, let's take a moment to thank the sponsor of this video, Setapp. Our Macs have a lot more power than most of us use, and it's software that can unlock them and bring us new functionality. Well, Setapp is a collection of curated, paid, and flagship apps that all come together in one bundle for you to boost your productivity. Now, if you were to buy a separate license for each app on Setapp, it would cost more than $6,000. Setapp costs just $9.99 a month, so let's just showcase a couple of apps. Now, as a video creator, CleanShot X has been a godsend for me. It's a screen capture tool, but when I want that really clean looking shot, it has the option to make all of the desktop icons disappear while you record your screen capture for stills or video. I love that. And you're probably also on so many messaging services, so why not have them all in one place? IM Plus does just that, and it combines them all into one app. So from Slack to Gmail to Facebook to Twitter and more, it's pretty much every service that you can think of. And then there's also so many other kinds of apps here, from lifestyle to creativity to personal finance. And the Mac hacks section has some fun ones in there too. I haven't even really scratched the surface of it, but you can try Setapp for free right now by using the link in the description. It's the best apps for Macs all in one suite. Okay, let's get back to the stories, and we've got some new iPhone 13 updates for you. According to DigiTimes, Apple's chip supplier TSMC, really their BFF, has started production of the new A15 Bionic chip for the iPhone lineup that's expected in the fall season around September when it's typically released. Now, it's Apple's second chip based on the 5nm process. The first was the A14, obviously inside the iPhone 12, but the A15 will reportedly use an enhanced version that will give it even better performance and efficiency. Now, we're also still expecting the higher-end iPhone 13 Pro models to be using the new LTPO display. This is going to enable them to bring 120Hz ProMotion to the iPhone lineup for the first time, and then also potentially bring an always-on display feature to the phone. Of course, these are both features other Android phones have had for, at least 2 years, but they will finally make it to the iPhone. Now, new reports are confirming that the sensor shift optical image stabilization only found in the iPhone 12 Pro Max will be coming to all iPhone 13 models this year. I know it's subtle, but it does really make a difference, and you can do a lot of handheld shots that someone will really think is on a gimbal. I'm loving this if it does come to all models, but this was also one of my complaints between the iPhone 12 Pro and the 12 Pro Max. Two Pro phones that had two different cameras. I mean, was there really not enough space for it? Well, it sure fits now, I guess, on every model coming to the 13. Now, reports also say Apple will surpass Samsung as the largest purchaser of AMOLED displays for smartphones in 2021 with the launch of the iPhone 13. And Samsung, they have no problem with it because Apple's buying their displays from Samsung. Yeah, you might not know that. Now, Apple is expected to purchase 169 million display panels for iPhones this year compared to 114.5 million in 2020. But we know just so much about Apple products before they come out that nothing is really a secret anymore. And that holds true after Apple leaker LeBron James was spotted wearing the first pair of the unreleased Beats Studio in white. Now, Mac Rumors' Steve Moser was the first to spot images of them, and he found them in the iOS 14.6 and tvOS 14.6 betas about a week ago. James was just casually wearing them, and it's the first time that we have seen them in the wild, and those are definitely the wire-free, in-ear Beats branded earbuds. LeBron James doesn't have a previous track record of leaking Apple products, but this is his first break. Reports also say that James plays in the National Basketball Association for the defending champion Los Angeles Lakers. He's also made the biggest impact off the court of any athlete for social justice. He's got his I Promise School, plus all the amazing philanthropic work that he has done. But, I really think this LeBron James guy has a future in this text leak biz if he continues to get more exclusives like this. All right, that's going to do it for this video. If you like what you see, give me that thumbs up, subs up, and hit that notification bell, ding, to get all my videos when they drop. And if you want more Apple goodness, you can check out my Apple Bits XL audio podcast to get the latest deep dive with all these stories and new ones every week with special guests. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. WWDC is a-coming June 7th. And yes, that's a Monday, not a Tuesday, a Monday. Okay, take care and be safe. We'll see y'all. Peace.